and it's late January, early February, and it's time to prune roses. Roses in the Bay Area don't always necessarily lose their leaves, but they do need a short dormancy period to do their very best. So I'm going to tell you some tricks and tips on how to prune your roses to make beautiful blooms for the coming season. So first thing you do is take off all the dead wood, any dead wood on the plant. So let's take a look here. Down here we have brown hardwood. You can always scratch it with your pruners to see if it has any green underneath, and if not, it's done. So that thing comes off. So you go through and take all the dead wood off your rose. Second thing you want to do is look for crossing branches. The way to prune a rose is to make sure you have this nice open vase shape so that air circulation happens and has a beautiful sort of open structure as opposed to branches kind of going like so. So any crossing branches which will be rubbing, they'll be rubbing against each other and can bring disease and pests to a weakened area. So we take off any crossing branches. I'm going to take this one all the way back. And the third thing we do, and of course I would go through the whole rose, I'm just giving you some pointers. So the third thing we do is take off whippy things that are thinner than a pencil. So we have right here a real tiny whippy little branch. Not going to do much next year. So that thing's coming all the way off. And you can see in here there's a few more little whippy ones. They're not going to do much of anything next year. This one's actually dead. It's out of here. Now, fourth thing and most important is to prune to an outward facing bud. So if you look on the canes, you'll see these little, this one's real easy to see, the green, there's a little red one there. So you just want to prune to a nice outward facing bud, and you sort of figure out which way the plant looks best. So we have one going up here, we have one going out there, and one going this way into this branch. So I'm going to pick the one that goes off in this direction where there's nothing. Of course, you don't always get the perfect place to prune. This one looks pretty good right about here, and then that branch is going to go off this way, and etc., etc. Oftentimes in the Bay Area, the roses won't lose their leaves. So you need to strip the leaves off the rose if there are any branches that still have leaves after you've pruned, to make sure that they don't have overwintered diseases and pests that live on the leaves. Just get rid of all of them, as well as get rid of all the dead leaves underneath. Rake them all up. Put them in your green bin. I wouldn't even put them in the compost pile because they can harbor a lot of rust and black spot, mildew, even bug larvae, and just get rid of it all. Then after you've done the whole rose, prune the whole thing, the next thing to do is feed it. And I'll send you a really good organic rose food recipe that I have used for years and makes the roses go completely bananas and bloom like crazy. As you can see, this one with all these hips did an amazing job this last year. It's about, I'd say this rose is about 6 years old, so it's doing really well, has a good open structure, and we're going to take it back about 2/3, and it'll look great for the coming season. So, here's the rose, all pruned and ready for feeding. You can see it's a lot shorter, cleaned up, all the leaves are gone, ready for a new year. Thanks.